18 wickets fell on an eventful opening day between Lancashire and Somerset at Old Trafford. Lancashire settled for their second consecutive draw of the season in their round 2 clash with Surrey at the Kia Oval prior to this fixture. Somerset travelled to the Emirates Old Trafford aiming to bounce back from their disappointing opening defeat to Essex at Taunton. And the visitors got off to a great start as Davies dismissed Hamid for naught in the second over of the morning. 2 overs later, Davies struck again, edging the ball to Trescothick, who hung on to a great catch at second slip. Proctor and Livingstone managed to rebuild and take the score to 35 before the visitors proceeded to tear through the rest of the Lancashire top order. Proctor was the first to go in the 13th over, Craig Overton sending him on his way for 24. Jones only lasted 8 balls before he was sent back to the pavilion for naught, before the paceman then picked up his 3rd wicket, trapping Villas in front, out for 4. The next over, Elgar took a catch off Grunewald to send McLaren on his way for 2, and Lancashire were in disarray with the score at 42 for 6 after 18 overs. Young skipper Livingstone and new batsman Clark managed to hold on to their wickets to take the score to 64 for 6 at lunch. 5 overs into the afternoon session, however, in-form Overton claimed his 4th wicket as Clark was caught by captain Abel at cover, out for 9. Another Lancashire collapse followed as new man Parry was sent back to the pavilion for naught, Overton getting his fifer, before Grunewald picked up his 2nd wicket, nicking off Jarvis for 1, Trescothick taking the catch at second slip. With the tail collapsing around him, Livingstone went into overdrive, hitting a 6 to bring up his 50, followed by some innovative boundaries before the young captain was caught in the deep by Leach off Grunewald, out for 68. A fine bowling performance by Somerset, with Overton finishing with figures of 5 for 47 to help his side bowl out Lancashire for just 109. Somerset came out to bat for 20 overs before tea and got off to a good start with both Trescothick and Elgar picking up boundaries, taking the score to 42 before McLaren got the important breakthrough, Trescothick edging the ball behind, out for 20. Abel came to the crease but failed to get going like his 23-year-old captain counterpart Livingstone and was pinned LBW for 1 by McLaren. New batsman Hildreth managed 12 before he was bowled by Proctor. Davies joined Elgar after the break but was soon dismissed by Anderson, who produced a beautiful delivery to nick off the new batsman for 1. Elgar brought up his 50, but Lancashire's persistent tight bowling kept the pressure on Somerset, and McLaren was rewarded with his 3rd wicket as he wrapped the pads of Trago, dismissing him for 19. Elgar kept the scoreboard ticking along, but wickets kept falling around him. In the 43rd over of the innings, Proctor picked up 2 wickets in 2 balls, first dismissing Gregory LBW for 9, before Davies edged the ball behind to McLaren, attempting to leave it, and out for a golden duck. 3 overs later, McLaren claimed his 4th victim, pinning Overton in front to send him back to the pavilion for 8. That brought Leach to the crease, who batted for the remaining 6 overs of the day with Elgar. The pair left the field at the close of play, with Somerset 153 for 8 to end a dramatic first day at Old Trafford. Somerset with a slight advantage going into day 2, a lead of 44 runs, and Elgar on 66 not out. An important partnership between Alex Davies and Liam Livingstone took Lancashire to the brink of parity after Dean Elgar's ton had given Somerset a 169-run lead on day 2 at Old Trafford. Wickets tumbled on an entertaining first day at Old Trafford, which saw Somerset bowl out Lancashire for just 109, before Dean Elgar battled to edge the visitors in front at the close of play, the score 153 for 8. The South African came out to bat on day 2 with Leach, who picked up a series of boundaries to get Somerset off to a good start. Elgar took a while to get going but kept the scoreboard ticking along. Lancashire grew frustrated as Leach reached his well-deserved 50, edging Clark behind for 4. The very next ball, though, Clark found the outside edge again, this time the ball going straight into the hands of Davies, ending Leach and Elgar's impressive 96-run partnership. Elgar was on 97 as Grunewald came to the crease, and the tail-ender managed to support the opening batsman to his century, and the two batted until lunch to take the score to 276 for 9. After the break, Elgar and Grunewald only managed to put on 2 more runs before Grunewald was bowled by Davies for 20, ending a useful last wicket partnership of 37 runs. Elgar carried his bat after a wonderful innings of 113 to help Somerset create a healthy first innings lead of 169. Davies and Hamid came out to begin Lancashire's reply, and Hasib showed good intent. In the 7th over of the innings, though, the young England opener edged a ball from Gregory straight to Trago at first slip and was sent on his way for 7. In came Proctor, but he only managed 4 before he lost his stumps and was sent back to the pavilion, Gregory picking up his 2nd wicket. As Livingstone strode out to the crease, the hosts were in trouble, but as he had done in the first innings, the young captain showed resilience and took on the Somerset attack. He batted through to tea with Davies to take the score to 51 for 2, Lancashire still trailing by 118 runs. The pair continued to play positively as they came out for the evening session, and both batsmen played some wonderful strokes as they cruised to their 100th partnership. Davies was first to his half-century, and Livingstone passed 50 shortly before the end of play, and the pair left the field at the end of the day with the score 152 for 2, Lancashire only trailing by 17 runs with 8 wickets remaining. A good end to the day then for Lancashire, who had endured a frustrating time in the field before losing some early wickets. Davies and Livingstone will return on day 3 on 78 not out and 57 not out respectively in this evenly poised game. Liam Livingstone smashed a magnificent 168 to transform Lancashire's fortunes against Somerset at Old Trafford. Dean Elgar scored an unbeaten 113 to give Somerset a 169-run first innings lead on day 2, before Alex Davies and Liam Livingstone shared an unbroken 129-run partnership to put Lancashire back into the game. The hosts just trailed Somerset by 17 runs as Davies and Livingstone returned to the crease on day 3. And after a solid start to the day, Davies ran through for a single off Leach to reach his 2nd 100 of the season. At the other end, Livingstone cruised along and brought up his century and the pair's 200 partnership in style as he dispatched Leach for 6. The two continued to punish the Somerset attack and took the score to 258 for 2 at lunch. It was a welcome interval for the visitors, and after the break they finally got the breakthrough they needed, Gregory dismissing Davies LBW for 130. That brought Jones out to the middle, and he supported his young skipper, who pushed on to his 150, giving his side the momentum once again. In the 115th over of the innings, though, Overton produced a big over, wrapping the pads of Jones to dismiss him for 35, before also pinning Villas in front 2 balls later, sending him back to the pavilion for a duck. The score 357 for 5 at tea. After the interval, Somerset continued to apply pressure on Livingstone and McLaren, and in the 3rd over of the evening session, Leach was rewarded, dismissing Livingstone for a wonderful 168. With the captain departed, Clark went soon after, bringing Parry to the crease, and he managed to survive with McLaren until the close of play, the pair adding a useful 44 to the Lancashire total, and the hosts finished on 423 for 7. A good day in the end for Lancashire, who go into the final day at Old Trafford with a lead of 254 runs, thanks to superb centuries from Davies and Livingstone. Gregory was the pick of the Somerset attack, finishing with figures of 3 for 65, and the visitors will be looking to wrap up Lancashire's innings as quickly as possible on day 4 to improve their chances of winning this game. Lancashire fought back from a first innings deficit of 169 to record a stunning victory over Somerset at Old Trafford. Liam Livingstone and Alex Davies both scored superb centuries to transform Lancashire's fortunes against Somerset on day 3 at Old Trafford. The hosts finished the day on 423 for 7, and Parry and McLaren returned to the middle on day 4, looking to extend Lancashire's 254-run lead, and they got off to a good start. The pair managed to put 33 runs on the board before their valuable 77-run partnership was brought to an end, McLaren hitting the ball straight to Elgar off Gregory, out for 45. Lancashire then lost their last 2 wickets in quick succession, Davies out for a duck caught by Leach off Grunewald, before Gregory nicked off Parry for 44, the Somerset bowler finishing with figures of 5 for 74. 40 runs were added to Lancashire's overnight total in the end, and Somerset came out to bat for the final innings of the game, requiring 295 runs to win. First innings centurion Elgar made a good start, and whilst Trescothick was dropped early on by Davies off Jarvis, the Somerset veteran ticked the scoreboard along, and the pair took their side to 29 without loss at lunch. Early after the break, though, Lancashire got their much-needed first wicket, as Jarvis rapped the pads of Elgar to send him on his way for 8. Trescothick continued to take on the Lancashire attack, but the host persisted, and new batsman Abel, who only made 1 in the first innings, was soon sent back to the pavilion for a duck, as his leg glance was taken by Davies off McLaren, and all of a sudden Somerset's target of 295 looked a long way off. The visitors battled on though, and as Trescothick pushed on, new batsman Hildreth also picked up boundaries, and Lancashire's key bowler Anderson grew frustrated. But in the 26th over of the innings, the England seamer finally got his desired wicket, as Trescothick edged the ball behind to McLaren, out for 36. This began a troubling period for Somerset. Hildreth battled but had to watch on as Anderson struck again, bowling Stephen Davies for 3, before Clark nicked off Trago for 7, Livingstone taking the catch. Lancashire had the momentum, and an over later McLaren pinned Hildreth in front for 43, and things were looking dire for the visitors. McLaren soon claimed his third victim, dismissing Davies for 2, and tea was taken. The score 107 for 7 during the break. Victory was in sight for Lancashire, and with Somerset requiring 188 runs with only 3 wickets left, it was all about survival for Gregory and Overton. However, Lancashire wasted no time getting stuck into the tail enders, and Clark removed Gregory for 4 to put the hosts on the brink of victory. Clark soon claimed his third wicket as he dismissed Leach for a 13-ball duck, Hamid taking the catch at third man. And an over later, McLaren picked up his 4th and final wicket, bowling Gronewald for a duck to wrap up an outstanding bowling performance from the hosts and cement victory by 164 runs. So after getting bowled out for 109 and conceding a 169-run first innings lead, Lancashire have recorded a quite sensational first win of their county championship season. They take 19 points from the fixture, leaving them second in the table at this early stage. Somerset, on the other hand, have now lost both their opening games and will be looking to find some form in the Royal London one-day competition to take some momentum through to their next Specsavers County Championship fixture.